Hey, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am Desiree Cocroft, a speaker, author, transformation coach, and life strategist here to help you get your life together. I love working with leaders and entrepreneurs and people that have big, audacious goals so that they can get the clarity, the confidence that they need to master their life and master their highest goals. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about how not to flake on your goals. And so sometimes we can find ourselves getting tired and really not feeling our goals, or it's that self-sabotage that creeps in and we're like, oh, I can't really do this, I'm not good enough for this, why am I doing this, all the things. And so there are so many different ways not to flake on your goals, and I actually just want to focus on one thing to keep you from flaking on your goals. And that one thing has helped me to stay on track with so many goals in my life, and that one thing is accountability. All right. Accountability is one way to really keep you from flaking on your goals. And the first part is to be accountable to yourself, right? How can you really make sure that you are keeping your word to yourself? And that is a practice, because sometimes we feel like we can flake out even on ourselves. And so if we flake out on ourselves, how do we expect to have other people hold us down on our goals, because we're not even willing to keep the word to ourselves? So the number one thing when you're looking to really use accountability to not flake on your goals is to commit to keeping commitments to yourself. And this is something that I struggled with for a while, because I found that I would give myself so much grace, and still do sometimes, on the things that I say I want to do. I'm like, oh, I can give myself another week, or oh, it's okay if I do that in another hour, or it's okay if I do that later. And this is something I still work through. However, I definitely have a better mindset around, Desiree, keep your commitment to yourself. Why do you need another week? Why do you need some more time? Because sometimes I don't really need it. Sometimes it's just my kind of passive aggressive way with myself to avoid doing the goals, because there is something deeper that I'm really having a struggle with. It might be imposter syndrome, it might be fear of rejection, it just may be other things. And so sometimes I'm more apt to being like, no, Des, get up. No, Des, do it anyway. And let me tell you, anytime I'm like, no, Des, do it anyway, I do not regret it at all. I'm not burnt out. I don't feel, all the things that we think, overworked and stuff. I feel so relieved that I got the thing done. So, number one, how can you do better at keeping your commitments to yourself? How can you recognize that maybe it's just your mechanism of procrastination or fear and all of that, and doing some things to help you keep your commitments to yourself? So, one thing that I've learned from a book that I read, I've actually talked about it a little bit on this channel, is Atomic Habits by James Clear. He talks about, like, if you want to get up in the morning, one thing you could do is have your alarm clock away from your bed. And so that's something I've done before, because it makes you have to get up. Or maybe if you have to get up early, turn the lights on right away, because that helps you stay up. So think about some of the things, the tips and tricks that you can do to kind of get yourself tricked into doing some things, right? Maybe you need some rewards. Rewards might help you, like, oh, if I get up, I'm going to be able to eat, I don't know, my Honey Nut Cheerios, or that protein shake that I really like. Whatever the case is, maybe you have some reward that can really help you keep your commitment to yourself. So those are ways that you can actually help yourself do the thing that you said you wanted to commit to. So that's how you can hold yourself accountable, using those things. And so the way that you can use accountability as well is with people. And this is actually the way that I use accountability the most, is with people. I have so many accountability partners for different areas of my life. And then I also have given my friends permission to hold me accountable to things that I say I want to do, even though they're not necessarily a part of an official accountability group, but I might have them holding me down on a specific goal. So it's nice when you can kind of have a balance of two, a group of people that are doing some of the same things as you that can hold you down, and then people that have nothing to do with what you're doing, but they know about your goal, and you're giving them permission to speak into your life and ask you about it and hold you down about it. So that has helped me accomplish a couple things. So first, I paid off $83,000 in debt. So that's something that I did, and I've been personally debt free since August 2017. Right? And so, in having my personal debt being gone since August of 17, it was because I had a friend. And my friend is the one that really encouraged me to become debt free. And although she was already debt free, she was kind of like my partner in helping me stay on top of that goal so I wouldn't flake on it. Or if I was having questions about something I should do, she was kind of like my thought partner around those things. And so, although we weren't doing it together, she was partnering with me to help me have that extra layer of accountability. So I would text her when I would make a payment, or if I was trying to figure something out, she was the person that I would talk to. So that was great, having someone that had done it already, in addition to being a friend of mine that can really partner. Even though we weren't doing it together, it was nice because she was ahead of me, having done it before. Get it together, Des. Having done it before, so that was really helpful to me. But then I've been in other groups where it's been helpful, where we all have had the same goal. So I am a coach, I have one-on-one coaching, I have group programs, and so I've been in accountability groups with people that are also coaches, that have one-on-one coaching, that have group programs, that are speakers and all of that. And so we may have been holding each other down about some of the same things we were working on. Maybe we were working on our blog, maybe we were working on our own podcast or YouTube channels, and we are all meeting on a regular basis. Sometimes it's a couple times a month, sometimes it's every week. And we're talking about what are the things that we're doing, what are the goals that we have, and what are we going to commit to for a specific amount of time. And so I still am currently in a lot of different groups around making sure that I don't flake on myself with some of the things that I'm doing in my professional life. And so that is a great way, because we're all doing the same thing. So we might all have the same questions and the same fears, and somebody else in the group may have overcome that fear or that level of procrastination that you might be dealing with. So it's kind of great to be able to collaborate and work together on the same things at the same time. It's great when you can have a layer of all of these things. So you're doing things to hold yourself accountable to your own commitments. You have a group of people that may be doing some of the same things that you're doing, so you can hold each other accountable as peers and doing the same thing. And then lastly, you have people that may have been ahead of you. Maybe they've done it before, and they can partner with you just to hold you down because they've done it before and they know that you're working through it as well. So I hope this video was helpful to you, to kind of just give you some thoughts about the different levels of accountability that you can adopt so you don't flake on your goals this year. Accountability is so important, and a lot of times we just put it all on other people. Other people gotta, help us make this happen. But again, the number one person that has to be held accountable to themselves is you. You gotta hold yourself down on the things that you want to do, and then as you are doing that, inviting other people, and that just helps to kind of put some, gasoline on it, accelerate it, and just undo some things. I'm back. Anyway, it helps you to put gasoline on it, the adrenaline that you need to really accelerate just the excitement and just the results that you get for the goals that you're looking to accomplish. So I hope that was helpful. I did a lot of fumbling today. But you're okay with that. Go ahead and look in the description box, because I have goodies. Obviously, I always have my book, Get Your Life Today, Success Hacks for Life, Leadership, and Business, that I know will be helpful to your life. So go ahead and get that below. Also, get that free 99 clarity workbook to really help you work through what are some things that you desire to do and how you desire to do them. So it's a great workbook to help you kind of articulate the results that you want to get, and give you space to just really think, because we don't give ourselves space to think. And so that clarity workbook could be really helpful to you. So go ahead and get that down there for free 99, and go ahead and check out Audible. I love Audible. It's the way that I have really kept up on reading books over the last couple of years. And I mentioned a book, Atomic Habits by James Clear, that I do love, and I've listened to it multiple times. And so go ahead and get it on me. If you don't have Audible already, you can get a free month on me by clicking below, and go ahead and download Atomic Habits. It's a great book, and I think that you would really benefit from it. All right, so that's all I got. Until the next time, go and be great.